If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, if you want to tell me you love my beard, the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Joe Budden talks to Remy Ma about his viral interview with Nicki Minaj. And Remy Ma kind of sides with Nicki Minaj. Lil Nas X loses his #1 spot. Young Miami says JT is going to be home in a couple of days. And Big Sean builds a studio for the kids. Let's talk hip hop. Alright, yo, so yesterday, right, on State of the Culture, which you know that's Joe Budden's show, right? He has a podcast, but then he also has State of the Culture, right? The podcast is with Rory and Mile, and then State of the Culture is with Jinx and Remy Ma, right? Scotty Beam used to be there, but she ain't there no more. I don't know what happened, right? But anyway, so on State of the Culture, you know, Joe Budden was like one of the very first things that he was talking about was like his viral interview with Nicki Minaj. Well, both of them, right? Because first Joe went up to Queen Radio, and that's when Nicki Minaj kept on turning off Joe Budden's mic and cursing him out and everything. And Remy Ma was kind of like trolling him a little bit about it. But then he also talks about when Nicki Minaj went up to his podcast, right? Basically saying like, yo, we don't need Nicki Minaj for ratings. We're not guest-based podcast, blah, 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 right? Which was all cool and everything, right? But then, you know, as he started explaining about how, you know, Nicki Minaj was kind of sensitive and that's why she kind of was really aggressive to him during her podcast on Queen Radio, he also said that, you know, he had heard all that stuff from her before because she cursed him out over the phone like a year ago about all of this stuff. But he was like, I guess she wanted to do it, you know, in front of everybody and wanted to do it for the show. But then also he didn't really like kind of like, you know, shit on her or denounce her or anything like that for that, because he's saying like that's a skill that, you know, she has. That's an art form that she's learning how to do, which is like, you know, get people going all crazy about, you know, Queen Radio and, you know, getting people riled up and just kind of knowing how to promote things and how to package things up so that it's a viral moment, right? And so Nicki Minaj was great at it. I mean, she created 2 very huge viral moments last week, right? So then Remy Ma gave her opinion on the whole situation between Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj, right? And so you would think that Remy Ma, because, you know, she had a rap battle and everything with Nicki Minaj, that she's gonna side with Joe Budden, you know, no matter what, right? But then Remy Ma kind of, and this is dope, right? Because she was, I guess, looking at it from the outside in and really not taking it like on no personal kind of stuff, because she was like, yo, I could see how Nicki Minaj, you know, would go in on you, and I wouldn't blame her for it. I would have cursed you out too, because, you know, you put your blood, your sweat, and your tears into your art form. You care about your art form, especially if this means everything to you, if this means the world to you. And then for you to just sit there and, you know, try to just make up lies or assume things about Nicki Minaj and what's going on with her or in her life, of course she's gonna curse at you. And then Remy Ma even went as far as to say, especially Remy Ma was like, I would have cursed you out too. And if Papoose was sitting next to me, then you know I would have went in, because he would have known what time it was, right? Because you know that, of course, Petty Zoo was sitting there right next to Nicki Minaj while, you know, he was cursing, while she was cursing Joe Budden out. So it was all packaged up in a very dope way. And Remy said, yo, I could see that and I would have did the same thing, right? And then I was like, wow, okay, I think that this is dope that Remy is looking at things objectively and not just taking like her personal feelings about Nicki Minaj out and saying, well, yeah, man, if I wouldn't have did that if I was Nicki, you know, and talking trash about her, right? But this was dope because then also, Remy Ma Joe Budden kind of pointed that out, that it seems like you're lightening up about Nicki Minaj a little bit. And then Joe Budden was like, it would be cool, like in the future, if you and Nicki Minaj could actually be cool and squash y'all beef that y'all have, right? And Remy Ma said, you know what? I would be happy to see that happen. Like, she said that, yo. And so that means that she's open to it. She's open to having a conversation. If Nicki Minaj calls her on the phone tomorrow, she probably would pick up and talk it out or whatever like that. And I think that if anybody could squash the beef between a Remy Ma and a Nicki Minaj, it's going to be Joe Budden, right? Because he knows and he's very cool, and Remy Ma's like his sis, right? And then, you know, he has respect for Nicki Minaj, and she'll pick up his phone calls and stuff. So I think and I believe that if anybody could squash that beef between the two, it would be Joe Budden, and I think that he can do it, right? Then, once Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj are cool, maybe, just maybe, and this is me and my fantasy crazy world, but maybe, Remy Ma could kind of smooth things over with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I don't know, but maybe it'll happen, right? And if so, then this will be dope, because the females are dominating hip-hop right now anyway. To see two, like, queens come together, like Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj on some, like, New York love would be dope. And no, they don't have to take mad photos together. No, they ain't gotta shout each other out every day on social media. They ain't even gotta do a song together, right? Even though I would love a song with them together, they ain't even gotta do a song together, right? But, I think that them squashing the beef will be cool, and Remy's down with it, right? And she the gangster, so if Remy's cool with it, then you know Nicki's gonna be cool with it. So I think it's dope. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Alright, so Lil Nas X, y'all know that Old Town Road, the remix, not the original, has been on the Billboard charts for like the last 19 weeks, right? And this is crazy because it broke mad records, even that record with Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey, and they held that record for a long time. I mean, that song came out like in 1995, right? And so we talked about it, but the whole thing is that now some song by Billie Eilish actually ended up beating him this week and being number one. Right? So y'all saw that little post there, but Lil Nas X says, this is the first time in 5 months Old Town Road hasn't been number one. This journey had taught me so much. I can't wait for y'all to see what's next. Panini official music video coming soon. I love y'all, right? So this is cool. He kind of was taking it in stride. Saying that I can't wait for y'all to come, I can't wait for y'all to see what's coming next, and basically, shouting out, that his record is not number one, but he's kind of showing love to the person who is number one, right? Billie Eilish is not a rapper or anything like that. She's like a pop singer, and she's mad young too. She's only like 18 years old, right? But this is kind of cool because Lil Nas X is taking it in stride, just like, how Mariah Carey took it in stride when she basically said, you know what, it's time to pass on the torch to people like a Lil Nas X, right? And then I also seen like some tweet, I guess, from Billie Eilish that said, he low-key mad, you know what I'm saying? LOLOL. But I think that Billie Eilish and Lil Nas X are friends, and they kind of know each other, so I think that that's an insider joke, and I don't think that Lil Nas X was like really upset about what she said. And as a matter of fact, Lil Nas X, after that post that he put up on his Instagram, he actually posted up a picture with him and Billie Eilish together, right? Which obviously was taken a couple months back, but he was just putting that up, showing love, like, yeah, everything is cool, and I ain't mad at all about, Shorty being number one, right? And I mean, this is cool, and I think that even though she broke his record, and that now he's not number one, well, she didn't really break his record, right? That's the whole thing. She removed him from the number one spot, but in order for somebody to break his record, they would have to be number one for 20 weeks straight, right? He hit 19 weeks, which is 5 months. You got to be number one for 20 weeks straight, right? This would be the 20th week right here, and Billie Eilish is number one. So in order for somebody to beat that is probably going to take a lot, and whatever song is going to end up being number one for all that time, for 20 weeks, is probably going to be a smash hit, and it ain't coming anytime soon. It'll probably be like 5 years from now. But either way, and oh yeah, when it comes, it's going to be news. It'll be like, yo, that song, blah, 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 Futuristic Slide beat Lil Nas X's Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so Young Miami says, we gonna keep smashing, keep cashing diamonds, keep flashing money, keep stacking, couple more days, we back acting up, right? And posts up a picture of her and JT, right? And this is dope, right? Because y'all know JT, the City Girls, they're a group, right, of 2 rappers, right? Young Miami, and everybody knows Young Miami, she was on Act Up, along with JT. Lil Yachty wrote it. There was a huge controversy about that. She's been on songs with G-Eazy. She's been on, songs with French Montana. She's been performing. She got pregnant by Southside. Kodak Black dissed her in a song and then took it back. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows Young Miami. She was in that video with Cardi B called Twerk, right? And her and Cardi B were like painted, completely painted, the whole body, and they was just twerking, right? Which is dope and fire. But all this is going on, and JT is not around, right? Because she is the second half of the City Girls, but she's locked up in jail, right? And so the whole thing is that Young Miami is a ride or die chick because she was holding it down for her homegirl for all this time, right? But then I saw somewhere in an interview where Young Miami said that she wasn't even the one that really wanted to rap. It was JT that really wanted to rap, which kind of makes sense on why JT does write her own rhymes and then Miami really doesn't. But that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they in the booth talking about, yeah, you know, on some Nas type stuff. You know, they doing club records, so it's cool, all right? We ain't about to go in on Young Miami, right? But the whole thing is that Young Miami been holding it down for JT this whole time. JT was arrested in jail. Now she got sentenced to 2 years actually because she did like some basically credit card fraud, right? She was using, they say identity theft, but I mean, I guess she was using like 3 different dudes' credit cards and spending thousands of dollars on it. You know, scamming ass girl, just like what they like and what they promote and what they be talking about, right? So, you know, I guess, you know, you gotta fake it till you make it. So that's what was going on with her. She was scheduled to get out of jail in December, actually, that's coming up, December 2019. She was denied an early release back in May, but it seems like she might be getting out in a few days. Well, at least that's what Young Miami says. So, I mean, we'll have to see. But if that's the case, then that means she's probably getting out, what's today, Tuesday? I mean, by the end of this week. I mean, you said a couple days, Young Miami. So, is JT getting out or nah? You know what I'm saying? But either way, yo, this is dope. I'm happy to see if JT gets out. I want her to get back into the game, do her thing. And then I also want JT to do interviews too, right? Let us know what's going on. Let us know your personality, because she kind of was locked up during the time that the City Girls really blew up, right? They were able to at least be on that one song with Drake, but really after that, the City Girls blew up and Young Miami was out here holding it down for them, right? So we know all about Young Miami. We know about her personality. We know about her childhood. We know about, you know, her mentality. We know about everything about her, but JT really hasn't been able to tell us about herself from her point of view. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is dope, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about JT when she gets out. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. So even though Big Sean drops like a little bit of music every now and then and we waiting for like the huge project, I mean, he did drop that one song like maybe 2 weeks ago, which was dope. But other than that, I'm like, yo, Big Sean, where the project's at? But anyway, he's doing other projects, right? So, you know, Big Sean has a foundation called Sean Anderson Foundation. And what he did was he donated $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club in Detroit, where he's from. And he helped them build like a studio, right? And this is dope, because now they have like state-of-the-art equipment. They have soundboards, big screens, computers, different booths, everything, right? So that picture that I just showed y'all was a Big Sean. He was up in the studio. This was the unveiling of it. So this was the first day where they kind of opened everything up, and they was like, yo, check it out, Big Sean, blah, blah, blah. So of course he's gonna be there for the premiere day. And it's dope now because he's giving back to the kids, right? So Boys and Girls, you know, there's a lot of kids that go there to do like recreational activities, extracurricular activities, and this will kind of help and promote that, right? Because what if you have a kid that just really loves like murder on a beat because it's not nice, and they want to do like, you know, sound production, but they don't have any means to do it. All they got is a phone. They don't even have a computer at their house or whatever like that. No laptop, no nothing, right? But now they can go to the Boys and Girls Studio, hone their skills, right? Try to figure it out, and this could really inspire the next generation. I mean, it is gonna. Could be. It is gonna inspire the next generation of, you know, music moguls, musicians. There were kids in there like playing with lighting equipment, camera equipment, like all kinds of stuff, right? So this is really dope, and it kind of gives like a bright light for a kid, you know, who maybe is from a impoverished neighborhood, maybe can't really see themselves ever getting out their neighborhood. Now they see that light and they're like, man, you know what? I could just go down there and I could really, you know, learn all this stuff. They can fall in love with something, you know, which is really dope. You don't always have to be like a basketball player, or you don't have to always be a singer or whatever like that, but at least they have these things at their disposal now, which is fire, man. Big Sean is definitely uplifting the community, right? And I do want to hear new Big Sean music, but if all he does is sit around all day and do stuff like this, then that's cool too. But no, seriously, like, I want to hear new Big Sean music. Let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.